doing it backwards. Hello.
What do you mean backwards? Is it at B squared?
It's me saying B and you saying squared. But it's fine.
I didn't know we had rules and regulations.
I mean, it's called a routine.
You made that up. We never had a discussion in production.
Hello, everyone. We didn't have a production meeting this month.
You know why?
Why?
Because our talent is...
You don't pay me enough for this.
I don't pay you nothing.
It's the point. That's the point.
Good afternoon, good morning, and good night.
Wait. Everything all at once? Hope you all are having a great Saturday. We are coming at you because I don't like to be so close.
You are so short, so you...
Production sets this up wrong.
It was just full of shit.
Yo, just one video I want for him not to be fussing at the beginning.
Because is it cricket? You want to check? Oh, you got your Leah eye on today?
I didn't mean to. It went right to my eye though. That's so not how that goes, but okay. Happy Saturday. Hope everyone is having a great and prosperous day. On the 4th day of September. Oh, do you know what today is?
14th September.
4th.
4th of September.
It's Beyonce's birthday. It's B-Day for B squared. Boom. See how I just did that? See what I did there? All right. All right.
She don't pay us.
No, she doesn't. Unfortunately. I go ahead and get a bag from her. Anyway. So today we're going to wrap up some of these shows that we watched. Actually, a show that we watched, and then I don't know what else we're talking about. Oh, we're talking a lot about the show. So should we start with Married at First Sight?
Of course. It was boring again.
Wasn't boring.
It wasn't boring, but...
All right, so Married at First Sight is still in Houston.
Yeah, we moved to Atlanta yesterday.
Married at First Sight, Houston. They're all back from their honeymoons, and they are moving into their apartments. It was a nice episode. You got to kind of see them talk to Pastor Cal, which was the best, because Pastor Cal is what? The best.
Real.
He keep it all the way real with you. Let's see. So Ben has upgraded from 0 out of 5 to 1.5 out of 5.
But I'm going to go back to 0 very shortly, I'm sure.
Well, that's not nice.
They're not going to make it.
You just made up your whole own version, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's start with the ones that you don't think is gonna make it.
Oh, cool. Marissa.
Nope. That was the one you said May.
No.
You said you had them at a 0.5.
Who's her husband?
Gil.
No, I heard the other.
Okay, Rachel and Jose.
There you go. Jose. That's the one I wanted to go with.
Yes.
Not gonna make it.
They're not gonna make it.
You have Sopranos do. Not gonna make it. Not gonna make it. Not gonna make it.
Tanya, I ain't teach him that note because that's not a real soprano note. That is a bend note.
Anyway,
that was a blurred note. I used to do those in the choir though.
Not gonna make it.
Why?
She seen his. She got to his house and seen his planning on the wall.
I don't know if I've said this on here. I don't know if I said this on here. So he has a whiteboard. Stop me. He has a whiteboard in his dining room that has his budget on there.
You sure it was the office?
No, it was a open area. It might be like the kitchen dinette set.
That'll make a difference.
Anywho, he has that on there. It has how much he bakes, how much each of the bills are, and what he has left over. Now, for a woman who's telling you, I already don't got my stuff together, he already frightened her by saying he got an 815 credit score. She's sitting over there with a 518. And so when she sees his budget, she's like, we ain't never going nowhere. Why do you have this all written down for the world to see? And go ahead, show him the freeze again. She said she's a frivolous spender, and I believe it because she was just like, I don't do good with savings. I'm like, right now, you could do it.
Let's have the conversation about the trip thing again. You forgot. Okay.
Go ahead. I was like, what are we talking about?
She likes to take trips.
Oh, yeah.
She works hard. She just feel like she deserves the trips.
Which is true.
She wants to go to Europe.
She wants to go to New Zealand.
Okay.
No, Switzerland.
Okay.
Just specifically.
So she likes to take big trips, which is nothing wrong with that. And she's like every 2 years she likes to plan or whatever. And he was against it, which was wrong. I don't have a problem with him budgeting and saving or whatever. They could do that. But then he was kind of like rude to her about her wanting to take trips.
He was like, let's go to New York and Vegas. I'm like, okay, you only can do so much in the United States. You want to see the rest of the world.
She wanted to see something. She wanted to be able to have. She wanted to have memories, and I think.
And that's what she said. She wants experience.
He diminished that really bad. And that
Absolutely.
was wrong with him. But he's gonna. And he's like, well, what we giving up then? And I'm like, whoa, what we got to give up? You gonna give up eating because she wants to go out to another state?
You get yogurt. You get yogurt. You get yogurt. You gonna eat some yogurt so we can go on a trip?
No.
Why not?
I'm going on a trip. I ain't eating no yogurt though.
Well, I think that it definitely is more of conversation that they have to have because I can see both sides. Like, she ain't got it together. She done told him she ain't got it together. And then he talking about your car don't work. And she said, well, it can make it another year. What?
If it ain't broke, why we fixing it? Why we putting the money towards that? I'd rather go on a trip to get my car fixed, is what he said. That's what he said. He said, what are you giving up? You need a new car. And she was like, no, I don't.
It still worked. Barely. If y'all talking about the car barely making it, then it don't work.
I don't know that it was barely making it.
It's barely making it.
How do you know those car situations?
Because the way she said it, because she laughed when she said, if it can just make a year. She didn't say it will. Like the cars we have right now, I'm not questioning whether they're going to make it a year. Now, cars in the past, I questioned it. Like the Equinox, I questioned if that was going to make it a year, and it did not.
Well,
from November to July, it was gone. Dead and gone, just on the fridge.
The thing about it is that she's willing to sacrifice to go
everything. She willing to come home to lights out. Yes, she is.
She's not doing that.
In that aspect,
she's not going to go pay the cable bill and not pay the light bill.
That's stupid. Yeah. But I think that
she would buy her place and not buy no food.
Right.
I see that in it.
I think that Jose's approach needs lots of work. Mm-hmm. You can tell he's a single man and been single for a minute, ain't had no woman in a while. So I think his approach needs some tampering, but I'm not saying that he's wrong.
No, I'm not saying he's wrong.
In all things you do plan.
Right.
And that way, everything will be okay. Now, am I planning so we can go to New York? No, I'm planning so we can go to Switzerland.
But I think that in all things that you'll be able to plan, but the controlling ways of him is the reason why they're not going to make it.
Right, because that was her fear. That was her fear coming in to a marriage because she's always seen, like the Latin marriage, she said, is that the man goes, provides, and the woman just stays home and she gets an allowance from her husband, whatever. And so that's what he's given. He's given natural that.
I'm not gonna make it.
You want to go ahead and go to work and I stay home and clean?
You go right ahead.
Why you say it like that?
Because it's a 2-income relationship. If it's not 2 incomes, then guess what?
It's not a relationship. All right, y'all heard it here first. Ben's trying to kick me out.
She just asked to get out. If you want to out, just ask for it. Hey, everybody here under the own, you're here on your own free will. Go.
You wouldn't last without me.
I would last without you.
Me.
I love you, but I would last without you.
Too much to do life without me. Thank you. All right, so Bow and Johnny. Nope.
Here. I will survive. I will survive.
He won't even survive with that note. Bow and Johnny.
Not gonna make it. They deep though. They got some deep issues.
They started deep because when you already know a person or think that you know a person, then where'd you go to school? Well, I know where you went to school at. You know what I'm saying? All the little surface stuff. No, we going straight in. And they go all the way at the bottom of the ocean.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
It's bad.
Earlier on it was good.
Look, I'm like, it's bad. And that's why they not gonna make it.
They were really open with each other and being honest with each other. But then when Pastor Cal came, he had to be honest. Like, are you attracted to her?
No.
And then he was like...
But the funny thing about it is his reasoning. He's like, she gets happy and she's too giddy. What? So I was with Bao. Like, first of all, you don't appreciate me being happy.
No. His point was, she gets happy and giddy. That's not the problem. But when he becomes childlike,
everybody wants a childlike happiness.
Not everybody.
Oh yes.
No, you made that up.
Yeah, it is.
The problem is, let me tell you what the problem is. The problem is that when she gets too giddy and playful, he looks at her like a child, and it's not. You're not attracted to a child.
Hopefully.
So he's not attracted to that. So it's like I can't see her as a woman when she's.
She's like, oh, Bubbles.
You're about to play a practical joke type thing. Like, who wants to be attracted to that?
Maybe she's just nervous. She said don't nobody get that. But
let me explain to you. As a man, we want a grown ass woman. Period.
Cursing. 11 minutes in. Sorry, Mom.
You had to point it out though. I could just let that slip on by.
Go ahead.
So we don't want no child. And there's moments and times to where you get.
Me? Specifically?
Yes.
Okay. Look, I didn't know he was going to me. I thought we were talking about Bao Johnny, but go ahead. Let me hear it. I get what? Let me hear it. I see this going a whole nother way. This video finna turn.
What I was saying was, at times, you get playful. Not childlike, but there's a difference between playful and childlike.
All right, tell me
because
something.
if you get childlike, it's like, I don't have time for the immaturity. There's a difference between playing and being playful and being silly than being immature. And when they show them clips of her being childlike, get in the hammock with me. The way Riley want to walk around here and follow you and be playful or whatever be. Exactly. That's irritating after a while. At first, oh, it's so cute. And it's like, would you grow up, please?
Well, I think because she's so serious in everyday life, she feels like I can be that child and playful and what her whole situation. She can be that because she trusts him and she's being more intimate with him.
But that's not intimate. But
I'm saying she's intimate with him. Is what I said.
I get that, but I think that one small point is that she looks like she's 12, but it's on the conversation.
But first of all, no shade. This is not a diversity issue that I'm about to say. There is a lot of Asian women, because they're so little, they petite, they look like they 12, and even when they get older, they look like they 12 until they got wrinkles and they actually old. So they go from 12 to 90.
Right. And it is what it is.
So it's like he can't be upset with that.
But he should be used to that too, because it's his culture.
That's what I'm saying. And he can't be. That can't be it.
It's one thing to look one way, and he knows he's used to that. But then to be,
because he look young.
That at times, when he looks serious, though, he looks like he's getting old.
But when his eyes get big and they cross or go one way and not the other, oh my God, it's hilarious. His facial expressions, they can do a whole reel with his facial expressions.
I forgot the point I was trying to make.
I'm sorry. It's one thing to be look like a child, but act like one is a problem.
We moving on, but moving on. They had the other issue. You want to talk about the other issue again?
What's the other issue? The washing.
Well, he left.
Oh, y'all. She was like, yeah, that whole taking a shower every day, I ain't finna do it. So they sat down to dinner.
She didn't say every day. She said at night.
Oh, at night. She was like, I'm tired. But they sat down to dinner, and they basically this is good. And he was like, so after this, I'm gonna go, what? And she looked, and I give her credit. You know, this is the difference between African American women and Asian women, because she just sat there and she kept eating, and she said, "So tell me why." That ain't how that would have went. What the hell? That's not what I signed up for. Bullshiggity and all of that. I'd have been loud. They would have been like, cut, scene,
stop breaking Clorox wipes on the table.
Something. That's it. That sister was on something right there. Oh, we ain't finna tear this table up. What you mean you leaving? Yeah, tell me why for real. What the heck? That's not funny.
It was funny.
Can you imagine?
Imagine what?
Just imagine you telling me just casually over dinner that you finna leave. How you think that's gonna go, honey?
He had a reason behind it.
And it was a bull crap reason. You got a 2-bedroom apartment, and you
don't know that it's 2 bedrooms.
It is 2 bedrooms because Michaela, when she came out of that one room, the other room was on the other side. She looked over there because he slept over there with the dog. We're gonna get to them in a second. He slept over there with the dog. It's a 2-bedroom apartment. You want some time apart. You want to think about things. Amen and bless you over there in that bedroom. But you're gonna still be in this house.
But you can be poking eyes up at me.
So you got an issue, get on the couch. You can go to the other room. You can do whatever you want to do. Matter of fact, you can turn your back on me. But what you ain't going to do is tiptoe out this door. That's not how we deal with stuff.
Tiptoe out this door?
Tiptoe out the door.
Door?
The door.
The door.
That's when you know it's real. It's the door and not a door. Mm. Okay.
So, what else have we had issues with?
Do you disagree?
No, I don't disagree. I don't know why he left. He wanted to get some space between them and be able to reevaluate where they were
That's
at.
when you go for a walk. That's the only reason why you should go out that door if you go on a walk.
Okay. Next couple.
You don't want to talk about them no more? You done with them? Brett and Ryan. They're the ones where he's a Republican and she is a Democrat. And she is still unsure. Well, they talked to Pastor Cal, and he told him that he's not in love with her or not loving her yet.
She admitted that she was catching feelings for him.
Mm-hmm. And he looked at her like, but your Democratic ways, I don't like.
He didn't say that.
No, he didn't say that.
They're getting to know each other better. I think that
she licks her lips, and it bothers me. She like embodies her whole mouth when she do it.
Oh, you look at too many details.
I can't help it because it looks like she just needs to go put on some chapstick instead of licking your lips that hard. Because you know how people used to have the rings.
So I've been noticing that you've been licking your lips too hard. I'm gonna need you to stop.
You know how people had a ring around their thing because they lick.
I ain't never watched a TV show and said, "Oh, you licking your lips too hard." Ooh.
That's how people had them rings.
Could you lick your lips a little softer, please?
That's how people had them rings around their mouth because they always licking their lip instead of just put some moisturizer on. It's all right. See, I have moisturizer on my lips right now. It's called lip gloss. They make it in chapstick. They make it in a gloss form. They make it in lipstick. They got all kind of things. If you don't want no color, that's okay.
We're here to talk about the
show.
You talk about me and the woman in the big ears you can talk about later on.
Oh, okay. I was like, oh, wrong show. All right. So
you talk about a Republican and she lick her lips too much. So maybe that's why you don't like her, because her lips are too dry or moist.
I mean, he kissed her, so it's fine, but he ain't sure. Because he was like, what would Trump do?
For 4 weeks, he's talking about how
WWTD. What would Trump do?
For 4 weeks, he's talking about how pretty she is, and all of a sudden now
she is very pretty. Now, her licking her lips don't take away from her being pretty. but I just noticed that said she does it, and I think she does it. It's almost like a nerve thing because she's been nervous around him.
So now I can watch the show and look for her licking. I know you know what they're saying about that. They done. They asked him, Pastor Cal asked if they had sex. They said no. He asked if they affectionate, and he said yes. And they just hadn't got there yet. That's funny. Moving on.
Mirla and Gil.
Why they not gonna make it though?
You said you only gave them half a chance because she met Hype, his dog.
Oh, you talking about Mila? Oh,
Mirla and
I was
Gil.
talking about Ryan and them still. Go ahead.
Oh, I don't know why you said they were. Probably because their political beliefs.
Okay, moving right along.
That is a deal breaker after January 6th. I said what I said. You ain't gonna just be on the Capitol. And you know what? My other show that I like to watch, The Bald and the Beautiful, they said the same thing I did. So all this time last week when Bill was talking about I wasn't right and all this other stuff, they said the same thing I did. They said, we know where Ryan was on January 6th. When you can't tell me where you was on January 6th, you too are the problem. Was you near the Capitol? Was you on the Capitol? Was you inside the Capitol? Do you have a stapler from the Capitol? Because you know they were stealing everything. All right. Mirla and Gil. I digress.
They're not
I'm
gonna make
sorry.
it.
Why aren't they gonna make it?
One, he loves his dog and she don't want no pets. But she kind of, this is why I say half. This is a couple that I said it was halfway chance of making it. Because they had some moments where they seemed like they were interacting and engaging and trying. However, the big problem they have is the fact of she's really a major spender, which came out about she had all the Louis Vuittons and the red bottoms and all that.
I don't think she's a major spender. She's not major. But she says she didn't buy all that stuff in 1 year. She says she buys a Louis Vuitton bag or red bottoms or something like that 2 or 3 times a year.
You don't buy a house in 1 year either, but if she spent $70,000 on her wardrobe, couldn't that be the same thing for her house?
She didn't spend $70,000 on her wardrobe. She is building that up. She gets 2 or 3 pieces a year.
Okay. $70,000. I don't give a damn how you cut it.
First of all, her ain't got $70,000 in her wardrobe, okay? So we can pipe down on this front.
My point is, if she spent $70,000 over the course of 15, 20 years, that's money that could be going towards a house.
Right. But she's already spent that much. He estimated her wardrobe, her thing to be $70,000. And she said, I don't think it's that much. Dr. Cal said, well, how many red bottoms you got? She was like, I don't know, maybe 10. He goes, okay, well, I'm not going by your estimate no more.
Because 10
you are disqualified.
It's $10,000.
Okay. So
you making house payments for a pair of shoes, that's a problem.
That's not house payment. She just paid that out. It's gone. In the wind.
Her point to the argument was,
it's her money.
It's her money, and if she's already saving money, then what's the problem with her spending?
Now, she is like Rachel, except for I believe that she's doing it better than Rachel. Whereas Rachel's just spending. Like, she gets a check and it's gone by Monday type of spending.
You don't watch my Wednesday.
She got cottage cheese and peaches on Tuesday, okay? Wow. But I think that Mirla is responsible enough. She doesn't want to go back to her humble beginnings.
I think that's also true too.
So she says, I want to have nice things. I didn't have that growing up, but I also ain't gonna have something come in and make me go back to where I came from either. So my savings is good, but my wardrobe is gonna be nice as well in what she wanted. And she always been like that. And she was telling him as a kid that, she would always want, designer clothes and things like that. That's why he was like, so you've always been like that, princess. So I think that they're going to make it. Do I feel like she's going to have to get some compromise to her life? Yes. But he's also going to have to compromise too, because what I don't agree with.
Oh, here we go.
This dog. Okay? Look. We get into relationships and you got your thing and I got mine. However, that don't make me your dog keeper. Even if it's costing you money,
What's the
I'm
difference
not.
between a dog and a baby?
I'm not your baby keeper either.
Okay, but you had a whole baby, dog.
You have a whole baby. She didn't say she was not going to do anything with the dog. What she said, I'm not going to be there all the time for me to be feeding and walking your dog. I don't. That's just like you said, when I married you, I became your secretary. When she married him, she did not become his dog walker.
I understand that. He
That's
didn't ask
bull.
her to do that. He just
He
said,
did.
I'm not a dog owner. I don't know what it takes. So
You got to walk the dog.
The dogs I've had in my life are all been chained up in the backyard.
Okay, those are hood dogs. Did you see that dog inside? That dog is well trained. He said, come back, stop, shake your hand, all that. Wait.
Okay. The dog is well trained and well mannered. He also said on that after show that they have the rules for the dog. He said the dog can't, he said the dog don't go in my room, the dog don't get on my bed, the dog don't get on my couch.
But he kissed the dog.
The dog kisses him, he said. Some people take better care of their dogs than they do their family members.
Well, all I'm saying is he needs to have a compromise with him to say, okay, you don't like dogs. You're just getting to know my dog. Maybe in the future, you can take my dog for a walk. Maybe in the future, you can feed my dog. But let's take baby steps with this woman that I just met and married and see how I can have her adjusted to me, because you ain't got a kiss yet from her. So she's 100%. Not comfortable with you. So how you think she gonna walk in and be like, oh, this my dog? That's not her.
I agree with that.
Because all she can see is that dog eating her Louis Vuittons. And I'm going to tell you, Ike going to get in trouble.
I agree with what you're saying. However, I think that you took it a little far in what he's asking her to do.
No, he took it a little far.
Because
they were talking about that on Unfiltered.
They were having a conversation about...
They were talking about that on Unfiltered. They was like, I think that's a bit much for not a dog lover for him not think that that's what he's going to do.
But I mean, you got the same thing with a kid. I'm not a kid lover, but I take care of your child.
You already had kids too.
That make me a kid lover.
But and then we had one. So when what?
I'm still not a kid lover. I'm not your mama. Listen, if it comes down to it, I'm not gonna give you what your mama gave you. So no, they won't be walked.
But that's all that.
If they want to be walked,
you don't walk kids.
You gotta feed them.
Yeah. You gonna feed yourself?
You know too.
Okay, well then you just
okay. Give you a good example. Last night you came in here and got you some food. I already ate something. The little girl could have ate when I came in here to get something to eat, but she did not. She waited till you got in here. She's like, well, yeah, I want something. I'm not gonna ask her, do you want something? I was
just about to say that's the difference. Had I not asked her, she would have not said nothing potentially because she didn't know who it was in there. But I, as a mama, as a mama, you check on your children.
I checked on her. I seen with the white of my eyes. I seen her. She seen me. I was good. Now all this food in here. She wanted something to eat. When she got those graham crackers and made that little concoction she made, she didn't ask somebody for an opinion in a question. So why not ask her if she's hungry or not?
I don't even want to ask what the little icing part is.
Marshmallows. I'm assuming. Hey, it could be cornstarch. All I know. Too soon.
We gonna move on. So Venus gave them a half. I am full on into hoping that Mirla and Gil make it because they gave me more than they have been given. Where I see
they haven't given though the whole time. Besides the fact when she had to work and he was in there talking bad about her.
Well, I'm talking about as far as giving me the hope that I needed to see. Okay. Because
you see something here.
I saw that Mirla has walls up. She's nervous. She's scared. She wants to be able to enjoy him, but she got a wall up. Okay. And that's all it is. Whereas before, I was like, this look.
Pause. How can she have a wall up and that be okay, but Ryan can't have a wall up?
Ryan
is a political views, but hers is a wall up.
His wall isn't a real wall. His is oh, this girl gets scared off of everything. He's nervous. He's like a nervous, anxious type. You know, that's what some of the people that are on the red side, some of them are very nervous.
No, I'm not letting you do this.
Unless they have the Confederate flag, and then when they
That's
have
not
the
fair.
sheets over their face, then they get a little liquid courage.
That is unfair, first off, because of the fact that when it's him, you would have put his political views on it.
Well, Mira's not Republican, though.
She's not. She said that she wasn't. And she was clear about that. But when it was her,
because it's a woman.
That's what I'm saying. That's not fair.
So this is what I'll say, without saying anything else about WWTD. Okay, all right. I can only relate from the woman's point of view.
Okay.
I've never been a man. There's some people out there can't say that. I can't. I don't.
My shoulders bounce like yours.
I don't know both sides. Okay. Is all I'm saying. I only know.
Don't eat your best on today.
Nope.
So wait a minute.
It's a long weekend for me. It's time to turn up.
Listen. So what you're saying is that, from your point of view, a man can't have a wall up.
No, from my point of view, he don't have a wall. I don't feel like he necessarily has a wall. I don't know what his issue is. He hasn't said. He ain't saying much.
But
so I can't. So
he hasn't opened up at all.
Only person I can go on is people moving their lips. If men don't talk,
it's a double standard.
I can't listen.
That's a double standard because she's not saying she had a wall up.
She did.
She did not. She said, I'm not comfortable with that.
She said, I'm not comfortable. I have to get to know people better.
And what he said was, I don't love her yet. We can get there. So how's it any different?
He said we can get there. Actually, Brett said that. Brett said, no, when Pastor Cal said, what does that mean? Brett said, well, that means that he can get there, but he can see it and he can get there, but he's not there yet. And then Pastor Cal asked, what was there? And she said, love.
Right. But my point is that when he asked him directly.
But he has never been in love before.
That ain't got nothing to do with it.
So he doesn't even know whether he was in love.
Remember, he was a serial dater as well. Why is it that
killer? But go ahead.
It's a double standard is the point I'm trying to make. You act like a man can't have a wall up and be reserved about the situation and hold back. When a woman does it and holds back and don't want to kiss the man, oh, it's okay. She got her wall up.
Well, I think
Same
she
thing
should.
with
I should
Johnny
think
and
she
Val.
because she thinks it's so intimate. Her and Gil think it's intimate. I think she just go ahead and kiss the man, but she has to wait when she's ready.
Okay, so what if he would have said the same thing? If he had been
He wasn't.
If he would have verbally said that, why do you have to? Why does a man have to verbally say everything? Why can't a man be reserved and then hold back, holding his cards close to his vest?
Because y'all do that too much, and women are always expressive.
So he's wrong for that?
Yes.
He's with a stranger that they put together. They signed up for the show together. Yes. So because he's a man, he's wrong, and he's a Republican because he wouldn't share.
Wrong.
You said he was a Republican.
He is.
You based everything off of being a Republican versus him just being reserved.
That I did. And I think I saw one of them January 6th pictures.
I'm done. Moving on.
You didn't see him?
Next
I'm gonna pull the picture.
I actually see somebody look like Brett after the thing.
Brett wasn't there.
Okay. When it comes out when she's on trial, you be like, damn.
Anyway, last couple, the one that we have been missing this whole time. I think that this is why the other two episodes sucked.
Because they weren't on there?
Yeah.
Michaela. We're going to argue again.
And Zach.
She's wrong as hell.
What?
Again, double standard.
That girl has been through.
I get that. But just like she's been through, she lost her father, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Gil's been through and lost his father too.
Well, him and Mirla both lost their daddy.
Okay.
The same way.
But, that's the whole situation. But I'm saying, the point I'm making is that you have sympathy for her because she lost her father.
Well, no, that's not what I have sympathy for.
Well, you have sympathy for her.
Because I've been there. I get that.
So because it's personal?
I told you that I can relate to the females because I have been a female in most of these situations.
Okay. And I've been a man and went to the pool hall. I've been a man, went to the
He
pool
wants
hall
to
and
fight
came
with
back.
me.
And all of a sudden, all hell done broke loose, and I got to try to fix it.
At least I didn't break the Clorox wipes.
No, you just had a note taped to the door.
I said what I said, and I'm not taking it back.
That's fine. Go ahead. Say what you're going to say about them making it or not.
They're gonna make it. I think that their week without having their honeymoon.
They're not going to make it.
But you had 1 out of 5. I mean,
I just
1.5.
said, they're not going to make it.
Their week that they did not have in the honeymoon, it sounds like they still talked and still was able to have that portion, but they weren't able to have the physical closeness. But I think that their bond, because they went through that so earlier on, I mean, they said through sick and health. We already done did the 6, so here's to health. Cheers. Cheers to health.
I don't know if it's the way they're showing them.
It is.
Makes you think they're not going to make it. Because I go back and forth. It's probably the one saying
We thought that was going to be the same thing with Woody and Armani. Remember when they showed her going off and slamming that door, and I was like, oh no. Because,
Very true.
when black women slam the door,
But this is the one thing.
the door is closed.
The difference between Armani and her is that Armani had that one little episode during the pandemic, stuck in the house. She has.
But they tried to make it seem
several-
another time that Amani had got upset, and she really didn't. But I think that sometimes editing changes the situation, because when we watched the situation on everything that was said, it made more sense than the preview.
But it also.
And you could tell it left something out as well.
It also. The reaction between Woody and Youngboy here.
His name is Zach.
Youngblood may not react the same way as Woody. Woody's so calm and cool. Collected.
Well, Zach was calm until he started raising his voice. Every one of y'all men need Pastor Cal, because Pastor Cal looked at him and was like, bring it down, bring it in, because when you get loud while she get loud or upset, you are escalating a situation that you are not prepared for.
There was a lot there. The whole situation was based on her abandonment issues, and those are real. Mental health is real, and
I feel like you saying that like sideways, like
no,
that's real. Mental health is real, but that's real.
I said that. What
Say it like you mean it.
So you want to be a talent, or do you want to be a director?
Both.
Can't be. There's no Tyler Perry's on this set. No Tyler Perry studio here. TPS? No. This is more like BCH. Yeah, I said that.
Wrong middle initial, but okay. No.
As I was saying, I believe that she was definitely right in the way she felt. I believe the editing made it a little bit different to make it seem like he just abruptly left, because he said on the after show he told her he was taking the dog the next day, and then it said that he said that she texted him, he did respond, but she was adamant about him never replying back to her. Somebody's lying in that, or the way that they cut it.
I don't think she said he did not respond to her.
I can't remember how
I feel like before she said I texted him, he ain't really telling me whatever. So I think, you know how you men text back and they don't really say what you're asking.
But what she said was he didn't leave a message, didn't send a text. And initially,
correct.
She texted him. Then she packed
the
her shit and left.
problem wasn't because he left. 100%. The problem is first and foremost, and I asked you this when we were watching it. He went to go put the dog down. Y'all let me know, do y'all put y'all dogs down? Do you have to go get in the bed with your dog to put them to bed like a child?
It's a new location. Maybe
What?
So. I don't know. I don't have a dog.
He got in the bed with the dog.
You buy the dog get big enough to be on the outside, you put him outside, you chain him up, you go back there and chain him until you bring food every day.
That's why we're not getting no dog.
That's what I grew up with. That's
I
what I'm telling
understand.
you.
I'm saying that's why we're not getting a dog. Thank you.
The dog is gonna run around, sit around your feet all day long like fluffies. You put the dog out there, you look at, you go, are you still out there? So no, I didn't put a dog to bed. And then when he comes outside, you give him some hay, put him in his thing,
hay,
put it inside of his doghouse, and then he pulls it out because it gets too hot. He pulls it out.
I had a dog when I was a kid, and he stayed outside too. But I take it back. He was inside till he got too big, like you said. And then once he was able to put his paws on my head, we lost friendship because I don't like that. I don't like feel like you manhandling me. And then I didn't want nothing to do with him. So he stayed outside his little doghouse igloo.
Did he get some hay when it got cold?
I don't know. That was Daddy and them dog. After he put his paw on my forehead, I was like, boo, we're not in love anymore. It's over.
You sleep with me? You know, if we had a dog, this little girl would lose her mind.
I know, and we're not gonna have one.
Okay, go ahead.
Thanks for the conversation.
We spent 40 minutes on this one topic.
We did, and we haven't got to the other one, so we're gonna speed it up.
I thought it was boring anyway.
Well, yeah. So what I was trying to say is he fell asleep putting the dog down and never came to bed. When you're in a first time sleeping, because that was the first time at the house, with them being together after missing out on this week.
The way they showed it was.
No, she said that.
I don't agree.
What the hell? Anyway. That was let me get through. They said, because I watched it.
I watched it too.
Did you? Because sometimes some people be blinking hard. Anyway, it was a first time staying there, and he fell asleep in the other room. Didn't come back in the room. So when she woke up, not only was he not next to her, he wasn't in the whole apartment. So at this time, do I remember that you told me last night that sometime tomorrow you gonna take the dog to the daycare? Hell no. What I remember is that I'm waking up, you're not next to me, I'm calling out for you. She's calling out for him in the whole apartment. He's not there. She check her phone, ain't no message saying BRB. Ain't no message posted on the refrigerator. No smoke signals outside. You ain't discussed nothing with me. So at that point, did she overreact? Hell yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay.
But did they talk about it? They talked about it. And he held her until she was like, no, because you're making me feel vulnerable and I don't like it. I felt that.
There was a little point in there that I think that the reason why I say that it wasn't the first night is because how they were all over each other. Mm-hmm. Then they slept together. He was gone for all the time, and then came back. Mm-hmm. They would sleep together initially.
And they probably did before he was gonna go take the dog. That's why she was asleep.
Okay, I'm done. Go ahead. Next show. Silly.
All right, that's all for Married at First Sight. We will let you know what happens next week. All right, next show we have the reunion.
Boring.
For Put a Ring on It, it was very boring. So the two couples that got engaged last week are still together. The girl with the man with the childlike teeth, and the girl with the, as Ben would call her, big ears, and her old ass husband with no hair in the front. What's your mouth open? What's wrong?
You talking about the man's hair?
His hairline, he needs to give up. Men, there is no reason to hold on to nothing right here and have it all around like that, like Sanford's. Why are we doing that? No, it's okay to cut it low. It's okay to go bald. Trust your head. If you got to rub your head like they used to shape them as a baby, do that. Don't just go out there looking, because you look rough. Put a hat on, something. God. Anyway, they're both together, and neither one of them have a date. I don't think they're getting married. They're both engaged, and they're going to be engaged for the same length of time that they came in there on. Next. Do you have anything for them two couples? Why are you laughing?
I'm still talking about the man's head and the little teeth of the other guy.
He's young. His teeth are not, Riley got more big teeth than him.
But you count them.
I am. I'm gonna count that baby's teeth because she keeps talking about. I think my tooth is loose. Lies. You done dropped all of them teeth. I watched you 2, 3 at a time at times. Why you dying? Hello, come back up. Anyway,
The big part of the show.
the big part of the show was, of course, Alexia and Darren and Kai. That thruple. Thruple. Said a couple, it's a thruple because there's 3 of them. You ain't never heard that before?
Never.
Okay.
I ain't never been in no thruples.
Oh, okay. So, first takeaway that Ben had me write down about the reunion. Was it Egypt or Dr. Nicole that said, feelings are not facts?
Dr. Nicole told
Egypt.
bigger girl that
Oh, big ear.
in the first episode.
Jessica.
We never caught that. She said it in the first episode.
Oh, okay.
She's like, I be feeling like this and I feel like this.
Feelings are not facts.
And then she was like, I feel like he's doing this and doing that. And then she was like, feelings are not facts.
Period.
You can't turn your feelings into facts because you can be wrong.
As heck.
When you got a relationship out here with somebody, you feel a certain way. I feel like they may be doing this. I feel like they may be doing that. That ain't reality. That ain't the case.
Nope.
I feel like he loves me. Well,
Did
if
he
he
say
don't,
it?
then what?
Did he say he did?
You stuck. But you are the guarantee.
Duh, she keeps telling us that. That part right there, that's gold. Like, that can be for the rest, that can just, every day. Like, I'm almost ready to write that on the mirror.
You got to be the guarantee. That thing will sit with you. If you think about it, like, you ain't got to depend on nothing else but yourself. If you ain't, I once said,
No.
when your mom,
I just didn't know which saying this was gonna be. I got a little nervous.
when your mama don't like you, when you lose your mama, you lost everything. Because your mama gonna be by your side at all times.
You didn't lose everything. You got Jesus.
Okay, I take that back. You got the Lord. The Lord is always be by your side. But when your mama cut you loose, ooh, it's a lonely place. You better find Jesus.
Well, you should find him before that, but I don't know what happened to your sermon. Your sermon going downhill.
It wasn't a sermon.
I know, but the other times you have given a little sermonette.
I wasn't giving a sermon today. It was about couples, technically, is all we were trying to get to.
Okay.
But you can be the guarantee. You don't need nobody else to, make you put you on a pedestal.
Once again, a marriage companion should compliment you, not complete you. You should be whole when you come in. Okay. So they brung Alexia and Darian back. Oh, sorry.
You're not whole. It's okay. Though. You can get whole.
Was that about to be your sermonette? Okay. They brung Alexia and Darren back, and both of them had a little chip just sitting right there. Alexia did good though, cause
Kai did good too.
no, I'm saying between Darian and Alexia.
Oh.
Darian wanted to say what he wanted to say, and he didn't want nobody questioning him because he was lying. Everything out of that man's mouth is a lie.
Okay, this is what I wanted to make earlier.
Okay.
Is it a lie?
Yes.
Damn.
I'm sorry.
You know how the thing is, when somebody tell you that they crazy, believe them?
Yeah.
How many times did that man say, I don't want to get married, I'm only doing this for her?
He said that for the camera. He did not say that to her.
No.
He didn't say it to
That's not
her.
what I asked you. That's not what I asked you.
All right.
How many times did he say, I don't want to get married, but I'm just going to do this for her? He said it
all the time. It never was
several
for
different
him.
ways.
Mm-hmm.
He said it in, I didn't come from a family of being married. I'm doing this because this is what she wants.
Right.
To me, that says, I don't want to be in a committed relationship with this woman. I want to be able to do what we were doing for the last 14 years. He said that over and over again. Don't sit here and say he lied to her or he did her wrong. He been doing you wrong for 14 years. He just got him on the show and let him do you wrong on TV.
So, one thing Dr. Nicole said was they've been going like this.
Mm-hmm. And he wanted to continue.
And this is what y'all doing. She told him, you got to be ready for Alexia to do like, I don't want to do this anymore. And go her separate way.
She only did that when she found out he cheated her on the show.
Yeah.
Had he not cheated on the show? If he
Well,
was
she
somebody,
had thought about it the week before, when she didn't want to go out with him.
yeah.
She had thoughts about not being with him. But those were only thoughts. I'll give you that. Those were only thoughts. It did not damper the 14 years until she was for sure that he was cheating on her.
And she said, "I'm glad that I found out now before whatever."
Because we would have got engaged and I wouldn't have known.
He was sloppy on purpose.
What did Dr. Nicole say?
I remember.
About men's building.
A real man ain't gonna build something up that he's gonna tear down.
Period.
So he wasn't building her up.
Sabotage is what he was trying to do, because he know he ain't gonna leave her, because that's my ace in the hole, as my daddy would say. That's my ace in the hole. That's what's gonna be there. Anytime I get ready, I go back.
And then
but
when he burnt that building down, he was like, "Well, I just got another building over here."
Yep.
Now he did do that girl wrong enough, but she signed up for that.
She did sign up for it, and she listened too much. Females have to really do better in realizing if he do her like that, he may do me like that.
See, and that's absolutely.
You have to, instead of jumping into something, you got to see, is this really, was this one situation, or is this a repeated pattern for you? You know what I'm saying? Is this how you are always? Or is this just a situation that you were in, you hadn't got out of it, and this is what we're doing now? Or what is the case?
Don't just hit me in the spirit there.
Uh-oh.
He said, I'm talking about something he said. Again, okay. A person will tell you everything you need to know. You just have to listen.
And you don't listen to what you just want to hear.
At the end of the reality radio show, he was talking about the sex just wasn't good. Mm-hmm. And the whole time on the show, she's talking about, well, he had these babies outside of me.
Yep.
Well, if the sex wasn't good, he didn't want to sleep with you.
And she said she just didn't want to sleep with him because she knew he was cheating. Well, then why are you with him?
No, and then the reality of it was, he wasn't enjoying himself, so that's why he was okay with the fact that he kept the condo. He was never getting the condo up because he was able to get the good sex at.
But he wanted to give it up because he found out that she was taking pictures.
This is going to get inappropriate.
Uh-oh.
When you having sex with a woman, and it's good to you and lay up in that thing, that's how you make a baby. He would have had 2 babies out of her. He would laying up in that thing because it wasn't no good to him.
I'm glad this show is not for kids. These are the opinion of Benjamin and Clayton Hayes, and not those of B Squared.
I stand on that thing.
10 toes down. I know.
Ask your father. He'll tell you. And then you ain't making a baby.
Hey. I will not be asking my dad. Thanks. Hi, Daddy. What? What?
I'm just talking.
Why would I ask my dad?
Never mind.
Okay. So the only other takeaway that I had was you were shocked that Kai was shocked that she was a rebound. And I found it very amusing that you felt shocked by her being around. She didn't know she was a rebound because she thought this man was like, oh, I like you so much. I want to end my relationship and get with you.
I get the fact.
Technically, she said he had already, because she said, so we watched this other video with her side after the reunion. So, haven't got through a whole thing, but she said she picked him up from the house that they had, and he had a black suitcase with him as if he had left her. Granted, this is after she slept with him, the day after, but she was under the impression that they was over, and they went to the condo.
I don't think that at any point in time he was being honest with her about where they at, which goes back to them meeting at the restaurant for the closure conversation. How much of that was really acting on his part, and bringing her there. Because remember, when he gave her, she wanted the whole closure thing.
Mm-hmm.
She was upset because he hadn't talked to her in 10 days.
Right.
And he ghosted her. She was upset about the fact that him and the other woman.
Right.
He told her directly, these are going to go be the other girl. I'm going to be with her. Now, how much of that did she think was just him acting?
A lot of it, because the way she sounds, some of the things that happen, like her grabbing his hand, them riding in his girlfriend's truck and stuff like that, was all production.
So
if I know that half of the stuff that's going on is fake, you can easily tell me, oh, well, this is fake too.
Yeah, and that's not his fault. That's him signing up for the show.
Well, wait a minute.
Wait. No.
I'm talking about the part of him lying to her.
I mean, granted, it was. I don't know. No. He never. A leopard didn't change his spots. He's the same.
She didn't know. She didn't know that leopard.
Bull.
Oh, okay.
Bull, you ain't gonna get on this show.
Wait.
Listen, I said it before. I'm gonna say it again. 2 seasons now. Mm-hmm. There's no way in God's green earth you can be dating somebody and go on an experiment to date other people. Mm-hmm. That's not going to work unless it's in a controlled environment.
Do you feel like last year was more controlled than this year?
Neither one of them controlled. I.e., why the man slept with her. The only reason why the couple that got together last year, the threesome got together, is because of the fact that he stopped calling her and contacting her already. But they exchanged numbers too. Mm-hmm. You put two grown people, in a situation, and these women are attractive. Kai's not facial is not attractive, but her body is ridiculous.
You just call that girl a butterface.
I don't know what you want to call her. All I know is that when he seen that body, he was like, I'm going to sleep with her.
He did ask for her number, apparently, after the first taping. And she didn't give it to him until the third. And that's when he done talked her into out them draws.
It's only a matter of time. She was there for a purpose. All the people, okay, what she says, I went there for a blow up.
Exposure.
All of them going there for exposure. Every last one of them. The only difference is that they chose these 3 couples that got a little something going on in whatever area they're in. They never said what LaShawn was doing in her profession.
Yeah, she's a marketer.
Okay, but what is she marketing? What is she marketing? Let's say she was marketing radio or in music entertainment or whatever.
I think she sells different things, kind of like our radio salesmen used to do. They sell spots and things like that.
Right, but what I'm saying is that these people in people in the show are picked for a reason. Mm-hmm. The people that they go on dates with are picked for a reason.
Well, they said, so somebody, I don't know what I was watching, but they were talking about how you get picked for shows like that. And they're checking people's Instagram for like what they're doing, how prominent they are. So the casting people are watching your Instagram and they're watching your social media.
Like
and that's how
her body was banging.
Yeah.
It fit his description of what he wanted.
Yep.
And that's why there was the first day he was on and the last day he was on. And he was like, well, I'm not getting good sex over here and I don't want to be with her. This is my out. And for them to say, are we in a relationship still? It is what it is. That's not her being a rebound. He went on that show to be with somebody.
But she was upset thinking, she was like, tell me now, am I a rebound? And I was just like, you can tell, and I don't know how to say that, but you can tell some things, like when she's interviewing and he asks questions, she was like, say that again? The comprehension is a little slower. What? What's wrong?
You said the woman's slow?
I didn't say that.
So now she's ugly and slow. So she got to
take care. I didn't say she ugly.
She got to take care she can because she got a good body.
You said that, not me.
I'll give her $2.
Not my dog.
She had a body. Her body was ridiculous. And
if she turned around, I'd give her some dollars, but she can't be facing me. I'll be like, you distracted. Turn around.
She only distracted when she's talking. She open her mouth. Anywho, I think we're done here. I think we kind of ran this to the ground.
I think that's all for both shows. Ready to Love comes out in October, so we'll be talking about that.
Stay tuned for our new.
Tune back in. We'll be having Commissioner's Desk. I think we're doing those on Tuesdays or Wednesdays, except for drumroll, the week we play each other.
We won't have the Commissioner's Desk that week?
No, because we'll be in Maui.
We can't have a Commissioner's Desk in Maui?
Hell no. Because we're going to have a good time, no matter when you lose. I don't want you to be feeling some type of way on this here video when you lose, and you have to go into our anniversary upset. So we're going to watch the luau in peace and blessings.
Stay tuned for the cursing on the Commissioner's Desk, because I'm not losing to anybody. And even if I lose, I win. Boom.
How?
I don't know. I'll make a joke some kind of way.
All right. Also, I started kind of blogging a little bit. I'm gonna start blogging, I guess.
Get it.
So I am launching everything on my social media, changing it to Back to Bianca. So number 2. So back number 2 Bianca.
So there's no more Just Be Thinking?
Nope. No more Just Be Thinking. No more Just Being Bianca.
I don't know that person.
I just back to Bianca. I'm not Ben's wife. I'm not Maya and Riley's mama.
You're not Ben's wife.
I mean, I am. I'm just saying. I don't have a title anymore. I'm just Bianca.
Well, you have a damn title. We ain't giving them titles now. That's not what we do.
Like.
No. We'll get it straight. Let people know.
Back to Bianca. Y'all have a wonderful week.
No, you go ahead and clear this up real quick. Clear it up.
I am Mrs. Bianca Hayes.
Thank you.
But on my social media, I am Back to Bianca.
That's
you will be able to watch me
I'm
on my
doing
journey. He's not going to let me talk. Watch me on my journey, getting back to me, getting back to finding out what I like, since I have been mommy for almost 20 years now. Don't do that calculation. And y'all have a wonderful week. Happy Labor Day in advance. Enjoy your time off if you're going to be off. Don't work too hard if you're going to be working.
Shout out to the praise dancers last weekend.
What? The praise dancers last weekend? What? Y'all, pray for my husband. He random as heck. All right, y'all be easy, okay? Okay. We're gonna come to y'all next week, and it's going to be. Oh, you're so stupid. Next week we are going to be celebrating Mom and Pop Hayes' 55th anniversary.
Double nickel.
Boop, boop. It's a long time to be loving on someone. Long time.
Maybe we should have a special guest then.
Yes. Yes. We may have a special guest. We're going to see if we can get clearance to have the happy couple on and maybe ask some questions.
Also, I want to note that there was a request for a special guest that was previously Thomas. We're going to try to get you on here, Doc. Stay tuned.
Okay. Hi. I didn't know who that was.
Right. He sent a comment and we never replied. But.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I have to look into the comments. I keep telling y'all to comment below, and I thought it would let me know, but apparently... I'm gonna do better, y'all. Don't be playing with my hair. Okay. All right. Y'all have a blessed day. Bye.